This program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is Investor Schooling Live with your host, Larry Steinhouse, CEO of Investor Schooling.
Good morning and welcome to Investor Schooling Live. I was doing a little dance and making Dr. Deb laugh. She was laughing at me dancing. So if you're watching online, you saw me dancing and she thought that was pretty funny. So I had to mention it. Anyway, Investor Schooling Live is transmitting from the Investor Schooling Studios here in the Investor Schooling headquarters. I am Larry Steinhouse and I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. Hey, I want to thank you for listening in. Get ready to learn real estate investing, stock options trading, and so many more things about money that I bet you didn't even know. Hey, you can call us anytime. So write down this number or put it in your phone right now, 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137. That's right, we're live. If you're listening to us, actually today is February 11th, and you're listening to us, if you're listening to us right now, we're live at 10 a.m., and we will talk to you about anything that you want to talk about. Don't worry about the topic. We'll take your call, and we'll talk about anything that has to do with money, finances, or even politics. Yeah, why not? Hey, we're also live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, and you can say hi or leave comments there. If you're watching, please say hi. It's the only way I know you're watching, by the way. At Investor Schooling, we teach real estate investing, stock options trading, how to save money in taxes, how to be financially free, and we even give you the motivation to make money work for you instead of you working for money. Investor Schooling is located in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, right off the Newtown bypass, serving the New Jersey and greater Philadelphia areas in a real brick-and-mortar building. Our students are also located in several states with our exclusive web access to our classes and our seminars. Hey, get ready to learn something new. Get ready to learn the business of entrepreneurship, real estate investing, and stock option trading from your friendly neighborhood financial expert. That's me, Larry Steinhouse. And, of course, we're here today with my favorite guest, Dr. Deb.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Actually, you're not my favorite. You're my second favorite guest.
Oh, okay. All right. I should be the first, actually.
No. You can't be.
No, I'm the first.
You got to be the second favorite.
Why is that?
Because my wife has to be my favorite.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll accept that one. I'll accept that
fair,
one.
right?
Yeah, I'll accept that
fair?
one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're my favorite real estate related guest.
There you go. There you go.
All right, because I got to be really careful. I'll be in trouble if I say the wrong thing.
That's right. I know Linda. I could talk to her.
You'll make it. You'll make up for me.
I'll make everything
cool.
smooth over. Yeah, I'll smooth everything over with Linda. I could do that. I have a little bit of pull there. A little bit.
I hope so. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to talk about today.
All right, so I
really didn't talk about it. I didn't write anything down. So now you got something you want to talk about.
So real quick before you start,
okay.
I do have to do a shout out to two people, and I just
want
wanted.
Did they pay you?
No.
Well,
but
why would you do a shout out?
Just because it was funny.
Okay.
Can you let me do it?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I just wanted to do a shout out to Joe and to Jim because I saw them this morning and they were telling me how good I was working with you because I deal with all your shenanigans. So
Joe and Jim are working on my ice cream parlor.
Right.
And they met. We had a meeting this morning at 7:00 in the morning. By the way, if you're an entrepreneur and you're sleeping at 7:00 in the morning on a Saturday, that's why I'm rich and you're not. Okay. So we were working on laying out I can't tell you what happened. We were working on laying out the equipment and where it's going to go because the building's really, really small.
Yeah.
And we're working on laying out the building. And I printed something on the printer, and once again, it prints on both sides. You ever notice this about printers?
Yeah.
They print on both sides now. Why do they do that? Because the liberals, they want you to save paper, right? So the liberals say, hey, let's program all printers to print on both sides, which is completely useless. So now what I do, and everybody says, oh, that's just save paper. No, it doesn't save paper. It costs me paper because I ripped that up and I have to reprint it again.
Yeah.
So I started yelling at the printer and started yelling at the liberals in front of Joe and Jim, and that's why they said that to you. So I didn't know,
Okay.
They said good luck because I was in a mood because of the paper.
Yeah, they did say that you were in a mood this morning, so I was kind of prepared. And then I walked in and you're like, I'm feeling, it's, like edgy. And I'm like, okay, so this is what I get to deal with all day. But it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
I'm just not normal, So, it's funny because, people come to me and they want me to coach them on money. And, it's funny, I end up coaching their life, which is kind of neat, too.
Yeah.
I hate the term life coach, but a lot of times I coach people on their life because, look, I have to tell you, money is a very important part of life. It is what it is. And there's only two people in the world who don't have to worry about money. And it's funny, billionaires and people who are completely broke and have no money.
Yeah.
Now, I know that's weird. You think that the people who are completely broke worry about money? No, they don't have to worry about money anymore because they get everything taken care of.
Yeah,
Right? It's all
yeah.
taken care of. It's the same thing with billionaires. They can just go out and buy anything they want. It's all the people in between that have problems with money. And it's problems that are, most of the times, the problems are in their own head. You know?
I've found that. I have
Yes.
found that. Like, usually when everybody coaches with me, like, they want to know about, something specific, and then it turns out to be a mindset issue. It's
That's
always
right.
a mindset issue. So it's like, you could do this. What's holding you back? So I see that a lot.
Yeah, there was some woman I was coaching yesterday, during the day. She came in. I met her at the Newtown Business Association
Oh, yeah,
meeting,
yeah.
right? And I can remember. I can't. I don't want to mention her name, but she came in and she was talking about how she prints books. She prints memoirs for people.
Okay.
And she makes their memoirs. So she has an interview with them, and she does their memoirs. And I thought it was a really cool idea.
Yeah, it's really neat.
And I said, "How much do you charge for that?" And she goes, "Well, I usually write about a 200-page book, and it usually costs somewhere between $5,000 and $8,000."
Wow.
And I looked at her. I go,
Nothing.
"You're going to
Yeah.
go broke."
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, I said, "You should be charging $35,000 or $40,000 for this." I said, "This is fantastic." She goes, "Well, do you think old people will pay that?" And I said, "If they want it, it's not about whether they can pay it or can't pay it. It's whether they want it or not. And if you make the case that they should want it." I mean, I thought it was a great idea. Imagine being in a nursing home and you want to leave your grandkids your memoirs, like who you were and what you
Yeah.
were, and she writes the whole thing for you. She puts in a nice bound book, and who knows? Maybe one or two of these could be really good, and they could end up for sale. Actually, I need to put your face on your mug on the screen here.
So everybody could see me. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Give me
I
some.
actually-
give
I
me.
need that. I
He
kinda
always
like-
says you forget something, and that's what you
Right,
forgot.
I forgot that. I forgot to put
Yeah,
your mug on the
you
thing
forgot to
on the
put me
screen.
up.
So anyway, so
No, I think that's a really cool
it's
idea,
a
but
great
she's
idea.
definitely not getting paid
no,
enough for
she
that.
needs to be paid a lot more money for that.
Yeah,
that's
that's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
So by the way, if you want to call in 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137. Start typing on your phone right now, 855-939-1137. By the way, we can talk about anything. We can talk about business. We can talk about real estate. We can talk about the stock market. You guys want to know my prediction of the stock market? Call me up and ask me a certain prediction of stocks. I have no problem with that too. I can work on that too. And just so you know, at Investor Schooling, we're not just talking about the stock market. We're not just talking about real estate. We talk about so many different things. We talk about putting people in business.
Yeah.
Joe, we were talking about a little while ago. Yeah. We basically, he came up with this idea, and then the next thing you know, I actually helped him. I said, move forward with it, and he did it, and he's actually killing it. He's making a whole lot of money.
Yeah, I'm
because of the
excited for him.
business he's in.
I'm really excited for Joe.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, even Dr. Deb now, she even knows how to handle real estate better than she did before she met me.
Oh, hands down. I'll be the first to admit it. So I actually was helping that one guy the other day, and I'm like giving him some pointers, and I'm like, and he was saying too, he's like, oh, well, she said that. Oh, well, she said that too. Remember, he's
right.
She said that. She said that too. So
That's right.
apparently, he had to verify everything I said through you, but that's a whole other story. So it's all good.
Yeah, we have people show up and they show up and they have specific questions. So he had a specific question. He thought, and it's okay. I actually encourage that. So if you want to come this Thursday, go to investorschooling.com, sign up for class. And if you just have one specific question, I don't care. I'll spend some time with you afterwards and answer you one specific question. Like he wanted to know how to buy a house. It was a specific house he wanted to buy, and he wanted information on it. And I helped him a little bit, but I also suggested that he come and learn more because there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle of what he wants to do. But I told him a couple ways he could buy it, and he was very happy with that. And if he shows up on Monday, we'll talk to him more about that house.
Yeah.
But if you guys have a question, look, I don't have to sell you anything. I want to help people. That's my goal. My goal is to help people. Yeah, if it's going to be a long-term help, yeah, of course, you're going to have to become a student to get long-term help. But if you want a quick question, even if you want a quick question today, give me a call. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. Now, is anybody watching online? Because if you're watching online, say hi. Usually by now we have people say hi, and it might be that I messed up and didn't set it up right.
Yeah, I was thinking because usually everybody's like, hey, Deb,
Yeah, I know.
Deb, and I'm like not getting anything, so I'm not like feeling
so
the
I'm
love
wondering if
here.
it's set up
Yeah.
online right or not. So if anybody's online, just say hi, just so I know that the system is working. And if you're not watching online, don't tell me.
Then it doesn't matter. Then it doesn't matter at all.
It might be because once again it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and nobody knows that we're on.
Okay.
I get so confused at the time now.
I never know if you're on at 10 or 2, so
Yeah,
I
me
have
neither.
to ask you every week. So
I don't know either. It's crazy because I really don't know anymore.
Although I have to say one thing though, you know how you said, if you're asleep on Saturday at 7 a.m., then you're not an entrepreneur. So I'm an entrepreneur, but I don't like to get out of bed before like 9 or 10.
Well, that's why you're not as rich as me.
I'm working
You
on
want
it.
to be more rich than me?
I'm working on it.
Get up earlier.
But I go to bed like so late,
I know,
that's the
that's
difference.
True. That's
Yeah.
actually true. You do a lot of work at
I do a lot of
3
work at
o'clock
night.
in the morning.
Yeah,
So I guess it's kind of the same. It's just you're just moving the hour.
yeah. So I mean, I go to bed at like 2 or 3, and then
Right.
10 is a good time for me. So
What did Ben Franklin say?
I don't know.
Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Okay,
So since you're a woman, you can go to bed late
is that what it is?
and you can wake up late.
I'm more productive at night anyway.
That's right. But the concept is the same. The concept is that you're getting up and you're ready to work, and you go and you either you go to bed healthy. I don't know, whatever.
It's quiet. I get so much more done because it's quiet.
It's time to fire the host on this show and get somebody else. Cause,
Yeah,
because I'm getting boring now.
Yeah, you need to update that, and get maybe a new picture. We'll get like a poster or something on the wall or something, so they can
Yeah.
just look at that instead.
It's terrible, isn't it? I know, really.
All right, so I think your chat is definitely not working because you got nothing.
Yeah, I don't really say anything, so the chat's probably not working. But you could try it anyway if you want to. I'll try to reset it. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. But if you're online, just say hi. If not, that's fine. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're online, but you could always call in. What's the phone number? 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. So I want to ask you a question, Dab.
And I'm here to answer.
You're working on your project that we've talked about several times now.
Yes.
And is the project out? It's past the Poconos, right?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Like, I'm geographically challenged. I don't know. It's up in like Luzerne County.
Okay.
So I know it's not that far from the Poconos, but I don't know. I can get you across the country by looking at a map, but like if you ask me what direction it is, I can't tell you what direction my house is from here. I have no idea.
But from here, it's an hour and a half, 2 hours?
About 2 hours.
Okay. So the 2 hour drive, you bought this property a while back, and we've been talking about, okay.
Oh, we got
Robin
somebody.
says hi. Hey, Robin, thanks so much for tuning in. You need to give me a call, by the way. Not on the air, but give me a call privately.
You can call, but just not right
Yeah, you
now
can call now, too. That's fine. But I don't want to I'm not going to talk to you about what I want to talk to you about
on the air.
on the air. But you can want to call and say hi. By the way, if anybody else wants to call, 855-939. I am trying to see how many times I can give the phone number out and get a call. I mean, everybody must have heard that you were on today and turned it off.
Oh, that's what it is.
Or maybe
yeah.
they heard I was on today and turned it off because when you're on, they call you.
Yeah, people actually like me, I think, for the most part.
I know,
it's
they
pretty
like
cool.
you better than they like me. But anyway, so let's talk about your project. So your
Okay.
project, it's a 4-family house in the back and it's a 2-family house in the front, correct?
Yes.
Right. And you've been working on this project for about a year.
Jesus Christ, yes, for a year.
That's all right. I think you're allowed to say that.
Sorry, it just slipped. Yes, it's been quite a while.
Right.
It's been quite a while. So the top is almost done. So I have the 2-family in the front, and it's a 2-bedroom on the top and a 1-bedroom on the bottom. So I was just showing Larry some pictures of the top. So they just put the kitchen in, the floor is all done, the bathroom's all done. They put a closet door in, not really what I would have put in, but whatever. And hopefully it should be ready to rent. I'm hoping within a week. You know what I mean? Like it should
That's
be ready
awesome.
to go
So
within
you
a
can
week.
start showing it.
So I can start showing it, and then the bottom supposedly in the next week or 2 weeks should be ready to go. You know?
I'm going to tell you something cool about this. And we actually have Pat online, but hold on, Pat. I'm going to get to you in a second, Pat. But real quick, I have to tell you something, and I am so glad you did this.
Okay.
Because what did I do? I told you the entire time, this is too far, it's too difficult. And I didn't say, I actually thought the project was great. My biggest concern with this project was that it was 2 hours away, right? That was really the only thing I said. Everything else about it was
Well, you told
fine.
me to sell.
I told you to sell it.
You told me to sell.
Take a quick profit and just make some money.
Yeah.
Now, you persevered, which amazes me. Now, it's not rented yet, and it'll be rented hopefully within the next month, which will be fantastic.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to talk about that some more in the next couple of weeks, because this is what happens. When you are ready to do it, you do it. And nothing can get in your way, not even your mentor.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, right? But I'm so glad. And I went to see it a couple of times. I liked it. But let's grab Pat real quick. Hey, Pat, tell me about your memoir writing business. Pat?
Well, here's the thing. I was fascinated. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was fascinated by what you said about the woman who was writing a memoir for older people. And when you said that amount of money, I almost fell out. I'm in the car right now. I almost fell out of the car. But here's my dilemma.
Right.
I am a writer. I've been a professional writer, but I also have because I have a skill of writing, I do a lot of stuff for free.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's so easy for me to do it. Like I write business letters for people, and I do lots of PR things for nothing. And because it seems it's easy, it's not a lot of problem. So I was thinking, but do you think I could have a business doing that? Is there such a thing as having a business writing professional business letters?
Oh my God! Do you know how much I pay for a professional business letter?
I think I have to have a business.
Okay, so I'm good
at it.
Check this out. Wait, listen to Dr. Deb.
Yeah, so I'm gonna interject here real quick.
Yeah.
So Pat, I actually am a professional writer. That's actually what I do for a living. That's my day job. I mean, I also do a lot of investments, but my day job is I'm a professional writer. So absolutely, you should be charging. You don't work for free. Period. Yes, I write business letters, business emails, webinars, workshops, all kinds of stuff, and I got paid for every single one. And anytime they add something onto it, I get paid for that. So you do not work for free. Do not work for free.
Ever.
Do not give away your work for free. Absolutely not. So
I do. I definitely. Now, when I've done that professionally, I get paid for it.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Pat, I was in journalism.
I have an idea.
But
Pat, you want to work for free?
If someone needs help writing a letter, I'm sorry.
Hey, Pat, you want to work for free?
Go ahead.
Come to Investor Schooling tomorrow. You're hired.
So I will tell you, there's one time that I gave. So I'm an instructional designer, which just means I can make things look really good, and I put it together really nice, and so it makes the most sense for whoever's reading it. So I remember going to like an SBA local event, and this lady, she was a declutterer, I don't know, organizer lady, and and I saw her presentation. It was like a half-hour presentation, and I was cringing at every single slide. It was absolutely terrible. Like, it was just really terrible. And then afterwards, I was talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, what'd you think of my presentation?" And I'm a very honest person. I'm a very brutally honest person, and I'm like, to be honest, I said if I paid to be here, I said I would really be disappointed. And after her initial shock, she's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "You had typos in this slide. It's completely inconsistent. The pictures you were showing were not good pictures. Your format is off." I said, "This is not a professional presentation, even a little bit, and you're presenting it on a professional forum. You need to get some help." So I actually redid her presentation for free, and she organized my office for free. So it was a trade. So I'm okay with doing a trade like that, but do not give away your work for free.
But I feel that I have to have some kind of a business, a card or something with a name on it.
Funny.
Like,
Isn't that funny? So, Pat, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you an interesting story.
Advice.
So I did a presentation in class about 3 weeks ago about this very topic, about how everybody thinks they need to have a card or an LLC or a business before they can start selling who they are and what they do. You know what? If I gave you a check for $1,000 in your name and you wrote 5 letters for me, are you in business?
Right. Yes, I am.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about the rest of it. Start doing your business, and worry about it. Worry about the little minutia later. You don't even need a card. When was the last time I walked around with a business card, Debbie?
I don't even know.
I don't walk around with business cards anymore. Matter of fact, I have these chips that are fun, but I don't have business cards anymore. I stopped bringing business cards. Matter of fact, when I go to a business card exchange, you know what the number one thing I make sure I don't bring?
Business cards.
Business cards. You know why? Because I don't want people to have my business card. I want their business card.
Actually, the last event I went to,
that's very, very good advice. Seriously.
I get paid a lot of money for my advice. I don't do it for free, Pat.
Pat, start getting paid for your work. Don't give it away for free.
Well, you should.
Don't send me a bill now.
I won't, because I don't have your address. But if I had your address, I would. Well,
good.
But I'll tell you what I want you to do. How about you show up for class for free on Thursday and learn more about us?
Where are you?
We're in Langhorne, which means you're pretty close.
No kidding.
Yeah. So
maybe I will.
So this is what you do. You go to investorschooling.com and sign up, because we teach business.
Right.
We teach business. We teach real estate. We teach the stock market. We teach everything that has to do with money and anything to do with getting money. I mean, the things that I can help you with just your business alone will be worth 10 times what you'll pay me. Because I won't do it for free.
You know what? What is it? Investor. Say it again. I have to write it down.
Investor Schooling. Schooling ing.
Investorschooling.com.
Right. Investorschooling.com.
Listen, I'm gonna take you up on that, Larry.
I'm looking forward to seeing you. Come in and say
Seriously.
hi. We'll shake your hand and we'll say hi to you.
I appreciate it. I'm so glad. Normally, I'm not out and about, and I had you on in the car. I think this is a terrific show, and it just rang a bell with me. Because when you said that amount of money, I thought, what? Is he nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do that for like $42.50.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
thank
you. Thank you, Larry. Thank you so
Pat,
much.
I'm looking forward to seeing you. All right, let's grab. All right, thanks,
Thank you
Pat.
so much.
All right, let's talk to Mike in Cherry Hill. He has a question about real estate. What's up, Mike?
Good morning. I have a property. It's a commercial property with no building. I can't hear you here. Hold on.
No, I didn't say anything yet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you?
Yeah, we hear you.
So yeah, I have a one acre commercial property.
It's
flat,
it's land, right?
Where it's just land.
Okay.
And I have vehicles like big trucks that park there that bring in good money.
Okay.
You know, but my dilemma is I've been presented with or somebody said, you know, can you put up a building there? Maybe we'd buy it. So does it make sense to put up a building when the property is already bringing in pretty good money? You know, it's already bringing in like $7,000 a month.
How's it bringing in money?
I have tractor trailers.
Oh, because the
tractor
parking
trailers
right.
and trucks are parking there. Yeah,
that's brilliant.
So what's going to happen is if I do the construction, now there's no money coming in monthly, and there's all that downtime. So
So here's my first question for you. You ready?
I don't know.
Here's my first question for you. The person who told you to build it, are they a multimillionaire yet?
I don't. Well, he could be. He's one of the renters. He's got, like 8 triaxle trucks. Okay. Yeah, he's one of the guys that park the trucks there, actually.
He might actually be a multimillionaire because he's a trucker. But here's the deal, right? So, and by the way, I just want to explain why I was asking that question, because I have a new philosophy, right? If anybody who's not a multimillionaire tells me what to do, I know exactly what not to do.
Yeah.
But the point, but the other point
true.
with this case is, I mean, if does this guy want to go in with you on this?
No.
Okay.
No, this is it's all me, really.
So I happen to agree with you. I think if you're making $7,000 a month and you don't have to do anything, that's phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, is the land paid for?
Yeah. Yes.
You could build a building on that, and you might not even make $7,000 a month. And then what are your taxes? Something like maybe $2,000 a year?
Yeah, the taxes are $3,000 a year right now because there is no building.
Yeah, exactly. So how much do you have to cut the grass or anything?
No, there's all decorative stone around the perimeter, and it's really just a beautiful, easy setup. So,
all right. So the next time you talk to this guy, have $7,000 in cash in your wallet, and then look at him. And when he tells you, take out the $7,000 and go, "This is why I'm not doing what you say."
Right. Well, it makes sense. I mean, that's kind of where I was thinking.
Yeah. You're definitely doing the right. You're definitely doing the right thing by doing nothing with it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate your help.
You sound disappointed.
Well, a little bit, because I thought maybe putting up this big 3-bay, where he could work with his trucks and maybe sell this property for $2 million, for example. But to get to that point is risky.
What's it worth now?
Well, I bought it for $180,000 the land.
So how long ago was that?
It was just a few years ago.
Man, this guy's killing it.
Just a few.
$7,000 a month. I
know. I mean, how much would you sell the property for right now?
I have no idea.
So I tell you the maximum it's worth for an investor if they just take over your business, it'd be worth between $600,000 and $700,000 if they just took over the business you have and they didn't do anything else with it.
Right.
So you are
your
$180,000 is bringing you $7,000 a month. I'll tell you what.
Yes, sir.
That's the greatest. That's not the greatest, but it's an incredible return. Don't turn that away.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do that because the way I was looking at it was, okay, in 10 years, because it's bringing what, $84,000 a year.
Yeah.
So in 10 or 12 years, it's going to bring in $1 million, right?
Yeah, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, sure, exactly. Right.
But in a 2-year, maybe a 2-year construction project it could sell for $2 million. So I make that money faster.
Not necessarily.
I was going to say, don't think that way.
And don't kill the golden goose.
Yeah, don't think that way because it'll get you in trouble.
Exactly.
You ever hear the expression "cash is king"?
Yes, sir.
It's a lie. It's a lie. Cash flow is king.
Yeah.
So you getting that $7,000 a month by doing nothing is the most remarkable investment you'll ever make. And anybody else out there thinking about this investment, like something like this, that's the key. You got lucky. I would have told you before to bought that land, I would have told you not to buy it because you'd be paying taxes on it. But the fact that you got trucks to park on there is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that. I needed to hear it from somebody else because I kind of feel that way, but
I think you're in a good position.
More, so.
And here's the cool part. You can always change your mind 3 or 4 or 5 years from now, too.
Yeah.
But now, don't. Take that money and run.
Yeah.
And come see us and bring us some of that money.
I will.
You know where we are? You're gonna go
Very good. Well, thank you.
Yeah, go to investorschooling.com, sign up for class. Hopefully we'll see you on Thursday. I'd love to see you and find out more.
Very good. Have a great day.
You got it, man. Take care. All right, real quick, couple of people online saying hi. We got Peter, and we got Joe saying hi, and of course we had Robin saying hi. So I guess there are people watching, or sometimes it doesn't connect to all the channels.
Okay.
So other people might be saying hi. We just don't know. But real quick, we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back, and we'll talk some more. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Are you afraid of the Great Reset? Well, the Great Reset won't apply to those who own real assets. At Investor Schooling, we teach you how to own real assets like real estate, gold, silver, and other investments, including stocks, stock options, and even the basics of cryptocurrency. We even teach you how to pay thousands less in taxes legally. So go to investorschooling.com and find out how you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday. investorschooling.com. This is Larry Steinhouse, and you have probably heard my radio shows and listened to my great advice on how you can make more money and pay less taxes. Well, I just finished writing a book on all things I teach at Investor Schooling and on my radio shows. This book is called Money Hacks, and you want a copy of this book, and you can pre-order this book wherever books are sold. Look for Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. Hey, it might even be a tax deduction. Order Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse wherever books are sold, and come see me at Investor Schooling. This is Larry Steinhouse from Investor Schooling. Are you tired of being broke? If you're tired of being broke, go to investorschooling.com, sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday, and learn how not to be broke. That's right. Go to investorschooling.com and sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday. And if you have any questions, you can call us at 215-876-3002, 215-876-3002. Go to investorschooling.com, sign up for this Thursday, and learn how not to be broke. Investorschooling.com. This is Larry Steinhouse from Investor Schooling, and I'm so excited when our students do well. Listen to this student and listen to what he has to say about Investor Schooling.
I sold one of my properties last October, doubled my money, and what I did, I invested into another property and then closed on a refi, and I wrote myself a check out for $118,000.
That's awesome. I'm so excited. And if you want to find out more about Investor Schooling, go to investorschooling.com, and we will see you Thursday night, and we will help you any way we can. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Are you tired of the Biden economy? Do you want to learn how to thrive in the Biden economy? Because we're going to teach you that this Thursday night at Investor Schooling. So go to investorschooling.com and sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday night and learn how to thrive in the Biden economy. You could also call us at 215-876-3002, 215-876-3002. Tell me you're tired of inflation. Investorschooling.com. We will see you Thursday. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. The opportunity to retire with a great big real estate portfolio is coming quickly, and you want to learn how to do it. We all know the downturn is around the corner. What does that mean to you? You need to learn how to take advantage of this opportunity, like how to buy discounted properties with absolutely no money out of your pocket. Can it be done? Yes, it can. Can you learn how to do it? Yes, you can. Go to investorschooling.com and find out how you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday. investorschooling.com.
Hey, Cherry Hill. We know your favorite station is WPHT. Tell your smart speaker, play 1210 WPHT.
Are you digging that riff?
There you go.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Anyway, this is Larry Steinhouse. Welcome back to Investor Schooling Live. I'm here with Dr. Deb, the smartest person in the room.
Hey guys, everybody, how you doing?
You know you're the smartest person in the room, right? You know I know?
Why is that?
Because you have a PhD and I have a dum-dum-D.
There you go. There you go. And it's interesting because, my dissertation, it's 196 pages. You know how she was saying she writes those things for 200 pages?
Yeah.
Yeah. So mine's, if you ever want a, nice read, interesting read, it's 196 pages. So
you've been paid a lot of money to write. I've seen some of the
yeah, I get paid really good money to write. So
and Dr. Deb just takes a fraction of that money and uses it for real estate. Actually, most of the stuff you've done without any of your own money, right?
Yeah, a lot of it I've done without my money.
And that's exactly what we do. We stop using our own money. People say to me all the time, they're like, "Hey, will you ever use your own money in a deal?" And I'm like, "No.
Why bother?" Yeah.
Yeah. Why would I ever want to use my own money? I can get money for free from somebody else. Not for free. I mean, I don't pay for the money. Who pays for the money?
The renters pay for
the renters, the tenants, or when I flip the property, they pay for the money. That's how I do it. And everything. And it's funny because I go to closings, and we talked about this before. I go to closings, and if I buy a property and I have to show up with $500, I feel like a failure. And it's amazing how people don't do it. I did a presentation the other day, and I was in a room, and I said, "How much money do you need to put down on a house?" I asked the room. I said, "How much money do you think you need to put down on a house, a house that you're not going to live in, that you're going to rent?" And everybody said the same thing: 10%, 20%, 15%, 30%.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's always the same answer. It's always zero. And then the whole room like, what? How can you do that? How can you do that? Come to investorschooling.com. We'll teach you how to do it. But it just amazes me that people don't know that there are so many different ways to buy properties, and using the bank is the worst one.
Yeah. So I have been looking at a bank just because I have that lot next door that I'm going to build on.
Right, I remember.
So I have been looking at a bank just to see what would even be required. But I go on Wednesday, wish me luck, to the zoning board hearing to see if they'll let me erect that building because it's out of the zoning requirements because you can only put 2 units there, and I'm looking to put 4 there. So I'll find out Wednesday whether or not they approve it. But I don't see why they wouldn't. But we'll see what happens. But I am looking at I was considering commercial money for that. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or not. But I was looking at it just to get a sense of what was out there.
So I mean, and if you do, it's good. It's actually not bad. The only thing is it's only going to give you a portion of the money, and you still have to get the rest of the money, which is fine. You just have to go to a private investor and get the rest of the money.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137 with your questions or anything you want to talk about. 855-939-1137. And one more time in case you didn't catch it. 855-939-1137. All right, cool. So today we're having an exciting day today. Right after this, we're going to do our new student orientation.
Yep.
So what we do for our new students is we have about every 2 months or so, we have a new student orientation. So all the students who have joined us in the last couple of months come for new student orientation. And we basically go through the stuff and what they should expect. And the best part about it is what?
The free pizza.
The pizza, of course.
Yeah. It's like, I'm ready to eat. I'm hungry. Let's go.
Right. So we have a lot of fun. We have the pizza, and then basically because the new students need to learn that it's funny because we actually started the new student orientation about 3 or 4 years ago. I don't remember because we had some students had unrealistic expectations. So I've told you there are years that I've made maybe $250,000 trading stock options, and we had somebody who actually said to me, they had $2,000 in their stock option account. $2,000 is all I had. And they said to me, how come I'm not making $250,000 like you are?
Wow.
And it was like, what? And I realized that, sometimes the people are getting unrealistic expectations. Now, look, if you have, whatever, you have 2,000, 10,000, whatever, and you double that in 1 year.
That's great.
That's a phenomenal return. And most people don't get it. I mean, like this guy, we just talked to Mike. He talked about his $7,000 a month. on 180 or 200,000, whatever it was, $200,000 investment. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's a
Why
nice
would you want to
return.
mess that up? I mean, that's just, all you can do is make it worse. That's just an incredible return.
Yeah.
So when we talk about being realistic, that's honestly, that's an unrealistic return, but it's phenomenal that he's getting it.
Yeah.
So so you have to understand, when you come to investor schooling, we're going to teach you stuff, and we're going to teach you how to make money and how to grow money, and what's the number one best way to get wealthy.
Real estate.
Real estate, yeah,
Real estate,
exactly.
yeah.
So if you own real estate, it's the number one way. So we teach a lot of real estate. We teach a lot of stock market. We teach a lot of other things, and we don't sell any products. We just sell education. So you may have a financial advisor who's doing a good job. I don't care. I mean, but we'll just at least go over the stuff and say, hey, this is what your financial advisor sold you. Is this what you wanted? And then I go through the whole thing about registered reps. Should I say it on the air? No, I better not, because
I think you're going to get a lot of people upset.
I know.
You're going to be like, what?
Right.
So, you want people to still listen to you, so maybe you should go into that.
Yeah, and we have registered reps before us and after us online. But
Yeah.
that's all right. But I don't really care, because I'm not a registered rep, and in fact, that's how I can be honest. Because registered reps, by law, can't be honest. Oh, I almost let the cat out of the bag, right?
I've been hearing that one of our friends, Chris, has been getting a lot of pushback for telling the truth about some of that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been hearing a lot about that
Absolutely.
lately, that he's been getting a lot of pushback.
Yeah, and he was a registered rep.
And he was a registered
Right.
rep, and so that's why they're so angry with him.
Right.
So I've been hearing a lot about that lately. So
Yeah,
I
and
thought
he
that
had to
was
give up his
interesting.
license so he can actually teach people the truth about money.
Yeah.
Because it's said, it's unfortunate because, once again, the laws are made to protect people, but they end up and I find this all the time, that the laws that are made to protect people end up hurting people.
Yeah.
There was, I'm going to give you a crazy off the wall example.
Okay.
So I used to do a lot of woodworking, right? And if you have a table saw, they have these table saw guides that go over the
Yeah.
blade,
Yeah.
and when you push the wood through, the guide's supposed to keep your fingers away from it.
Yeah.
Now, hey, if you're using a table saw, you probably know that you should keep your fingers away from the guide, right? From the saw blade.
Yeah.
I found that guide caused me more dangerous scenarios than not using the guide,
Really?
because the wood would get stuck in the guide. The different things would happen, and I eventually just took them all off, and then I actually felt it was safer to use it without the guide. It's like a cop pulling somebody over in a 35 mile an hour road with a double line, right? The guy's doing 45 miles an hour, and the cop pulls him over. Now, the cop and that car are off the side of the road, and everybody's going to go around him.
Yeah.
So they took a situation that wasn't that bad. The guy's doing 45 and a 35. And they created a dangerous situation by making it so that everybody has to
Like
drive
go
around.
around, yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's like the laws actually make it more difficult and make it more dangerous. And that's what happened. That's what's going on with the SEC and registered reps.
Yeah.
Because they want to control these people to make sure that people are honest. They actually made it so they can't be honest. And it's funny, I give the example. I don't know if I want to give it on in the air, but I give the example of how, by law, these people can't tell the truth about everything. They have to give you a prospectus, but they don't have to tell you the truth.
My frustration is that, like, I talk to some of my friends who are always going to financial advisors, and I'm like, talk to them about this and that, and they're like, well, they know what they're doing, they're licensed there, and I'm like,
That's
they can't.
the biggest mistake ever.
And I tell them that, I'm like, they can't tell you about this or or that, and then they're like, no, they're taking care of me, and I just, I want to say something, but it's like, Deb, what do you know what you're talking about? Let them do it because they're professionals. I'm like, all right, do what you want.
It's the same thing with accountants. And now look, accountants, you may have the greatest accountant, but here's the problem with the greatest accountant. The greatest accountant in the world isn't going to tell you how to save taxes. They're just going to report your taxes.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell you to use an HSA to buy real estate. Now, I just lost everybody online and everybody who's listening. They don't know what an HSA is, and they don't even know that you can buy real estate in your HSA. So an HSA is your health savings account that you could buy, and you could buy real estate inside your health savings account, get an incredible return, and it's all tax-free or tax-deferred, depending on how you do it. So Peter says there's a feedback on Facebook. Every once in a while that happens, and we have no idea why. So I kind of gave up trying to find it, Peter, but I appreciate you. Thank you very much. All right, anybody else want to call in? 855-939-1137. Hey, if you're a registered rep, call me and challenge me on this one. 855-939-1137. I won't mention your name. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. And look, I'm not putting down registered reps. I mean, I'm putting down the fact that the SEC makes it difficult for them to tell the truth. But what I am saying, though, is you should at least learn what they're selling you. And that's what we teach. We teach you education. I'm not going to tell you, don't use your registered rep anymore. I may just say, hey, look, maybe this is the right guy. Maybe it's not. It doesn't matter to me. I don't really care. And also you got other people like, especially on this station. So there's a lot of people advertising the station. I listen to them all the time, and it sounds like they're giving great advice. They all sound intelligent. The fact that they're on this station, the fact that they're on this station, and I'm on this station with them, I'm great. I think it's great. I think we're all trying to help. But at least even if you're talking to those people, that's great. Come see us and let's review it. I don't care. I mean, maybe they are the greatest, and maybe they're not. And I don't care. I'm not going to take their business away from them. Yeah. I may actually just say, hey, maybe you should talk to them about this. I don't know. I'm kind of digging a hole.
You are digging a hole.
That's why I'm laughing. I know. And I'm trying not to. It's the funniest thing is, but at the same time, just understand that that we're going to teach you what they either know or what they think or what they've told you they know, and that way you can at least go to them and feel good about your decisions.
All right, so I have a question for you since you brought it up.
I was hoping you were going to take me to another topic.
Oh, well, about that, so I'm doing my taxes. I'm getting my accountants to do that. And I actually had to get a new accountant because my old accountant just wasn't saving me any money and didn't know how to do all the investment stuff. So I had to get somebody who was, knowledgeable in that area. And I have to I haven't put money in my HSA yet for this year. Right. And I have till...
For 2023 or 2022?
2022.
Okay.
So I have a couple... I have to do it. I'm going to do it this week.
Okay.
So... I forget what it was. I think 8,300. I think it was 8,300.
Maybe it's 8,300.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. They sent me an email. Right. So I have to do that. But why don't you talk more about how to buy a property in your HSA?
All right. So because it's complicated, and I'm not sure if I can convey it well over the radio, but I'll try.
Okay.
All right. So because then I have to explain what HSA is, and then we have to go through that too, and that's why I think it's
okay. So then we could just do it offline. That's fine.
Because I think it's really difficult.
Just because I know, for those of you who don't know, I buy a lot of tax deed properties, and for $8,300, I could buy a couple tax deed properties.
Absolutely.
And since I'm going to move that money in there anyway, and I'm looking for when the next auction is that I'm going to attend, if I can get a couple properties in my HSA, that would be nice, because I already have a couple in my IRA, and then I have a couple outside my IRA. So I'd like to actually start building my HSA up to do that.
Yeah, you have to do it. So,
okay.
You would go through Cap and Plan. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
To talk about it online right now, I have to go through the beginning, explain the HSA, how to get one, then I have to explain how to put it into a custodian account, and then so I'm not going to do it. But just so you know, this is the stuff we teach, and it's not hard to do. It's just difficult to explain on the radio in 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
But it's something that's amazing, and I guarantee you, none of your registered reps, none of them out there, are using this vehicle to save you taxes. Now, I have a goal. What's my goal to pay in taxes?
$500,000.
I want to pay $500,000 a year in taxes. That's my goal. However, that $500,000 is after I've taken every possible deduction I possibly can legally. So you know what that means? That means that I probably made between $3 and $4 million that year to pay $500,000 after I've taken all the legal deductions. So I like that idea. So a lot of people say I don't want to pay anything in taxes. Well, you got the wrong idea. The right idea is you want to pay a lot of money in taxes, but you want to pay as little as possible, percentage-wise. Oh, I love this. Hey, we should ask people to tell us their tax bracket. Have people call in and tell us their tax bracket so I can tell them they're wrong. Peter's saying that it's 7,200. It might be 7,200 for 2022. I think.
I'll look back at my email because she had just sent me something and I thought it said 83.
I just have to look it up, but
I'll go look.
I forget these numbers. I have to look them up every time myself too. But I think 7,200 sounds right. That's for a couple, by the way.
Yeah, I'll go look.
All right,
I know she just sent me something, so I'll look.
All right, anybody else? 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. We probably lost half the audience on that last conversation. 855-939-1137.
Okay, so next time I won't ask you a complicated question.
It wasn't about the HSA. It was me talking about registered reps.
Oh.
855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. Give us a call about anything that you want to talk about. And
you can always talk about mortgage brokers and make them upset.
Mortgage brokers? Well, mortgage brokers, they just do their job. I mean, except they don't know what their job is.
That's why I'm laughing. So
Yeah,
that's
I
what I'm
know.
saying. You can always
I
make fun of
insult
mortgage
everybody
brokers.
who's in the business. Real estate agents and real estate attorneys and estate planning attorneys.
I think because Joe's on the line. That's why I said that. I just did it as like to goof off with Joe. Joe's a mortgage broker.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's a mortgage broker.
Yeah, Glenn says online, he goes, taxes. I don't need no stinking taxes.
Hey, Glenn, how you doing?
That's pretty funny when you think about that. Yeah, we don't need taxes. I hate paying taxes. I really do. I hate paying taxes, but at the same time, if I'm paying $500,000 in taxes, it means I made a lot of money.
Yeah, I have to. They've been doing all my stuff, so I have to get it all squared away in the next little bit.
I don't do my taxes until October.
Yeah, you do an extension.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Why? Because I just don't want to. I don't want to give my accountant all the stuff for April 15th when he's rushing.
Okay.
I want to give it to him for October 15th when he's taken a little more time and he's had a nice relaxing summer and he can spend some time and ask me some questions.
Okay.
That's why I like to wait for the extension. Now, if you owe money, you pay interest on that money. But if you're collecting money, you get interest on that money.
Okay.
Now, if you're collecting money, if you get money back from the government, you need to change your deductions. That's a whole other thing that we talk about.
Okay.
But all right, so we're like going off in some
these are weird tangents.
So what's happening is, we have so much information to give you guys, and we teach it in class, and it's just in our heads. So right now we're vomiting information is what's happening. But I'm telling you, the information that we have is so incredible. 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137 for any questions you have. I don't care. It could be taxes. It could be real estate. It could be the stock market. There's nobody calls me about the stock market anymore.
It's because the stock market's been a little weird, but it's starting
the stock market's about to get great.
Yeah. But I mean, it's been off kind of for a little bit. But now it's starting to come back.
It's about to get great. Actually, in the next month, in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to expect the Dow to be close to 30,000.
So I have to tell you, actually, that's one thing that struck me when I first started here was that you were so transparent about all your accounts. Like you actually bring it up. Like, and I was surprised because usually people don't say, "Oh, I have this much in my account." They'll just be like, "Oh, I made X% return."
Right.
So I think that's really great that you do that because you're very transparent about that. And in the million accounts that you have, at TD Ameritrade. So I just think it's really great that you do that. So people can see.
And when I lose money, I say I lose money.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You show it whether you're winning or not. I think that's really
You
great.
can't constantly make money in stock options. You just can't. You don't have a crystal ball.
Yeah.
There are mistakes that people make. Now, it's funny because we talk about the rules that I've written, which is the rules of the crazy options trader, and they really work.
Yeah.
Now, they're not perfect. Can you have a loss if you follow the rules? Yes, you can. But the really weird part is the odds of having a loss are a lot less if you don't follow the rules.
Yeah.
And most people who learn stock options trading learn it from some stupid YouTube video, and they get hurt every time. People come in and you see it, right? They come in and they've come in for the first time and they say, "I've been trading stock options. What's my next question?
How much did you lose?
How much money did you lose?" And they always say, "A lot." Or, "How did you know I lost?" I'm like, "Because I know."
Yeah.
Because I know what happens to people who trade stock options without learning how to do it and without a set of rules.
I remember looking at like candlesticks. I don't know,
there you go. Forget it.
It was like 10, 15 years ago. I remember looking at candlesticks and I'm like, this is so like out of my realm that I just didn't do anything with it. But, even
looking at candlesticks, so even if you're looking at candlesticks, which I know how to do, I just don't. Right? Have I ever mentioned candlesticks?
No.
Have I ever mentioned MACD?
No. I've heard of that, but no.
MACD, the moving average. But I never look at it because it's not important to me.
Yeah.
The rules don't talk about these things. In fact, that's what I teach. I teach a simple way to trade stock options. Actually, a part-time simple way to trade stock options that your phone rings or dings or whatever, and it tells you what to do. And it's pretty impressive that it's that simple. You just have to set the phone up the right way, and that we teach you how to do that.
Yeah. I was actually trying to get my brother to do it, and because I was doing really well for a little bit, and he's like, just by following this, because he, it's my brother. He's very much a pessimist, and
most people are.
Yeah. So, but he was just like, you're following some rules. What are the rules? And I'm like, well, I could send them to you, but they're not going to make a whole lot of sense. And I'm like, well, I'm doing this and that. And he's like, and you made money? And I'm like, yeah, here's my account. You know what I mean? He's like, okay, what's going on here? You know what I mean? So it's just kind of interesting. But then he's like, well, I'm doing candlesticking and I'm doing fine. And I'm like, okay, hey, whatever. You know what I mean? So I always kind of make a suggestion, but I'm not going to throw it down somebody's throat. But it's just very interesting that he's just like, how much money did you make? And I'm like, whatever. You don't want to listen to me, then don't. You're your own guy. So
it's funny, isn't it?
Whatever.
And it's also, people think it's complicated. It's not. I mean, have I taught anything that's complicated with the stock market?
No, it's very simple ideology. Yeah.
Right. And in fact, I teach an ideology that no one teaches called the steak and tuna theory.
Yeah.
And when you understand the steak and tuna theory, your life changes. All right, real quick, we got Harry in Philly. What's going on, Harry?
Well, I got a question about if your payment was to be like $3,500, how much of a loan can that support?
A payment of $3,500? So that's such a vague question because it has to do with interest rate, taxes, whether taxes are in it, whether it's not. What are you trying to do?
No taxes.
Give me the question backwards. What are you trying to do?
Okay, to buy a house, but the payment should not be more than $3,500 a month.
You could probably buy a house at least $500,000 or $600,000, but there's so many more questions I have to ask, like how much you're going to put down, what your, where you want the house, whether the taxes are high or not. So, you could probably go, to up to $500,000 or $600,000, depending on the loan and depending on how much you put down.
Okay, that's a good start to work with.
So I tell you what, I think you should think the other way. I think you should start looking at a house that you want and reverse the numbers. So maybe you go look at $500,000 houses and say, okay, this is an area I want to be in. This is what the taxes are. This is what the loan is at 7% interest. That's typical interest right now. And this is how much I have to put down. I think that would help you.
Okay.
All right. Hey, come see us. We'll teach you how to do it without putting any money down.
That would be fun.
You know how to come see us?
Yes, I listen to you enough to know where you are.
Well, just go to investorschooling.com and you can sign up. All right, Harry. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, bud. All right, Dr. Deb, I got to kick you out because you got to go.
I gotta
you got to go talk to the people in orientation because they're all going to be joining right now.
See everybody.
I'm going to finish the show without you.
It's all good.
So I don't know who I'm going to talk to now. I'm going to miss you. Don't go away.
I'll put a picture up. I'll put a picture up on the.
I have to talk to myself for the next 4 minutes. Oh my goodness. All right. So you guys out there, so if you want to call in, we got a couple more minutes. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. All right, so real quick about the stock market. So I know I was on that topic a couple of minutes ago. So one of the things about the stock market that's going to happen is the stock market, I said, it's probably going to be in the next 2 weeks, it's probably going to be close to 30,000. And right now we're right around 34,000. So how do I say that that's going to happen? So I say it's going to happen because a couple of reasons. First of all, January is typically one of the best months in the stock market. So we just had a great January. We just had a great stock market run, and now we're going to lose that. And in February is typically a bad month. So you just take those two things alone, and you know that most likely the market's going to go down. And I say again, it'll be right around 30,000, which would be a little over a 10% hit, or just about a 10% hit between now and then. And then here's the other thing that's going to happen too is earnings season just ended. So I talk about earnings season all the time and how it works, where the market or the market makers, the money managers, they like to buy stocks into earnings and then sell them out of earnings. So as earnings start to go away, they like to sell them. So Meta, for example, one of my favorite stocks to follow, has been for a long time. Meta, for example, we hit actually right after earnings, it hit 185. And it hit a peak of about 195 recently, and now it's down to 174 already. So you can actually start to see that happening. I'm actually predicting Meta to hit about 150, and then I think it's a play. I like Meta at 150. So one of the stocks that I've been following also, as you guys know, is CCL, which is Carnival Cruise Lines. All the cruise lines I've been following, actually. And I'm looking for CCL to go below 10 again. and then I'm going to jump in and buy the stock again. I think CCL below 10, if you buy the stock, is a great covered call play. So if you know anything about covered calls, and I teach this as well, where you can actually, it kind of like, great explanation for covered calls is like renting your stock. I mean, it's kind of a weird way to put it, but if let's say you had $100,000 worth of stock in CCL, you could actually get $800 or $900 a month by selling the covered calls every month on that stock, and just make that money alone. Whether the stock goes up or stock goes down, you just make that money anyway. So that's a really great way to make money in the stock market. So the best thing for you to do, if you want to learn more about all of this, of course, is go to investorschooling.com, and we'll be able to teach you that as well. So if you have any stock plays you want, if you guys, anybody online wants to put in a stock symbol real quick and wants me to analyze it, I got about 2 minutes to do that. So I would love to do that if you want to do that. And of course, as always, Investor Schooling is where we learn this stuff, is where you're going to learn this stuff. You're going to learn more stuff about money than you ever heard. Of course, you guys know about my book. It's Money Hacks, and the book is Money Hacks, and the subtitle is Because Everything You Think You Know About Money is Wrong. And it's funny, if you were here when we started this show, we talked about a woman who was creating a memoir business and how she was charging too little. And we had another woman who called in and said she does work for free. Well, I'll tell you right now, if you're doing work for free, you're never going to make any money, right? That makes sense to me. So anyway, guys, I've got about 30 seconds. And of course, as always, I want to invite you to Investor Schooling. Go to investorschooling.com. Learn how to do this. Oh, so Peter's putting up Verizon. I don't have time now at this point to look at it, Peter. I'm sorry. But just so you know, I just don't have the time. I got 15 seconds left. All right, so, and I also want to thank Harry Michette over there at WPHT for helping us out today. He did a great job. He was answering your phone calls. Of course, Dr. Deb, who had to go to orientation, she did a great job as well. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Go to investorschooling.com and sign up for Thursday night. Take care.